What is up, guys? Do you want to hit insane shots in the post like this? Or how about play make like a point guard? You can do literally anything on this 6'11" build, and mark my words, it might just be the best build in the game right now. If you guys are anything like me and you play a lot of rec but you just don't have friends to constantly play with, this build fills the void you feel when you're missing out on a good playmaker or a good scorer. There's moments in games when you get stuck, not being able to score, your offense is stagnant. Well, with this build, you can pull plays out of nowhere and create chances as soon as the ball touches your hands. You can grab rebounds and instantly throw it down the court. No turnovers because your build's passing is too high to be able to lose the ball as much as a regular center would be. How often do you play center and get really tempted to be able to throw that pass down the court, but you know you're not going to be able to make it? With this build, you can literally make every single one of those passes. Bounce passes, lob passes, anything that you need to make as a playmaker or a center in transition, this build can do that. You will create chances for your team, whether you have teammates to play with or you need to play with no squads. Everything is possible on this build. This build is the best build for its category, and like I said, it might just be the best build in the game. If you're watching the gameplay right now, you can see that every time I touch the ball, I am looking up with my icon open. I'm ready to pass to somebody, ready to set up a teammate. This build gets Hall of Fame Dimer, Hall of Fame Post Playmaker. Any of those playmaking passing badges are on Hall of Fame. Any of those finishing badges, I think I have like 95% of them on Hall of Fame. You have the post badges on Hall of Fame. You have the defense isn't even lacking. It has silver anchor and gold rebound chaser. This build can do it all. When I say it can do it all, I mean it. It literally can control an entire offense, and on average I get 3 to 7 blocks a game. If you know how to use this build, you will absolutely be elite. That's a promise. You just need to work at it. This build is fantastic. The things you can do are endless. This build does not have any weaknesses. It can shoot threes like a guard. It can play make like a guard. It can play in the post like a center, like a big man. It can play defense like a big man. It also has a good perimeter defense, gets challenger on bronze, so you can actually get out on those pesky shooters from the three-point line, even though I hate guarding those shooters from the three-point line playing center, but this actually counteracts that. They can't get those shots up before you know. You're able, look at that move, that up and under. It's so nasty. There's no way people will be able to guard you. You draw too many double teams. People can't guard you one-on-one, so they need to double team you, and that your passing is so high, they won't even see it coming by the time you're able to get the ball to other people. I can get triple doubles in this build constantly. Sure, we all have those games where we, don't have a fantastic game, but the up and unders are too hard to guard one-on-one. People have to double team, and once they do, passing out of the post is literally easy. Look it, they jumped all over me. Open. It counted as open. It's too easy. It's too easy. This build is too good, and it's too elite to be able to be put under a microscope and examined. It's face value of an amazing build. You don't have to worry about anything, and it picks up all the slack that your teammates may be giving you. So the main thing that you need to look for when you're using this build, though, is learning how to pass and make the right pass choices, because this build isn't going to carry you if you're not good. But I guess I've talked to you about it long enough. We can get right into the actual builder, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, because you'll see it once you see the attributes, guys. Alright, so we can get right into the build here. What you're going to want to do is going to go center, 6'11". You're going to want to go 240 pounds with a 7'5" wingspan. Now, going center is ideal because you want to be able to get 6'11" and play the center position, because this rebounding on top of what you're going to be able to do with the passing and the with the combination of rebounding to the break starter passes is going to be absurd. You'll see why it matters in a second here. So first we're going to look at the close shot. The close shot, we're actually going to put all the way up to a 95. Now, 95 close shot gets you Masher on Hall of Fame and a lot of other Hall of Fame finishing badges that you wouldn't be able to get if you had any lower. If we go up to, for our driving layup, we're actually going to go to a 77 driving layup. And the reason we go 77 driving layup is because you get Hall of Fame finishing badges for inside and then gold badges for the driving layups, and that's actually super helpful, especially with the Jokic build, because you're going to want to do the float game stuff. For our post control, we're actually going to go all the way up to a 92. You're going to get almost all of them on Hall of Fame, and you're going to get gold unpluckable. I think that's super important. In this game, you get ripped a lot as a big man, trust me. For the mid-range, you're going to want to go all the way up to an 86. You don't really need it any higher. 86 is very good because you get gold open looks. You know, you're going to get your silver green machine, your gold catch and shoot. You're also going to get your Hall of Fame post fade phenom, which is an absurdly good badge, especially mixed with Dream Shake if you do shimmy fades. You're going to want to put your 3-pointer up to an 80. The 80 is just really good. It'll help you. You'll have gold catch and shoot and stuff like that. If you lower it a couple, it's not a big deal. I prefer 80. It helps you a lot as a big man to have a consistent jump shot. And these jump shots have weird requirements this year for the actual attribute, so I would suggest an 80. I put my free throw up to an 84. I'm comfortable with anything above an 80. It's up to you guys. I wouldn't go any lower than an 80 though this year unless you're really good. If you're better than me, that's fair, but I can't myself seem to time anything lower than an 80. Putting the pass accuracy all the way up to a 96. Now this is where it gets interesting. Look at all those Hall of Fame badges: Hall of Fame dimer, Hall of Fame break starter, Hall of Fame relay passer, touch passer, special delivery, post playmaker. All these badges are going to help you a ton. They are absurd. Mixing that Hall of Fame break starter with the rebound chaser is going to be insane. We're going to go 65 ball handle with this 55 speed whip ball. You're going to end up getting big driver on gold, which I think is super important. Big driver is really good this year. You want to look at Badge Plug's video if you want to see how good it actually is. Interior defense to a 75. Now that might sound low to you at first, but trust me, we're going to make it work with the block. You're going to want to go 71 perimeter defense. This is going to get you a bronze challenger. And that might sound weird to try to go and get on your center, but trust me, these centers love to shoot threes this year, and it's so annoying. Get challenger, trust me. You will not regret it. You will regret it if you do not get it. It is very hard to close out on them. You're slow as all hell if you do not have challenger. Go all the way up to an 87 block to get that silver anchor. Silver anchor is a necessity, especially with your lower interior defense. You're going to make up for it with that block. Trust me, the 87 is plenty. We're going to go 92 on the defensive rebound to get that gold rebound chaser. It's super helpful. That's going to make it so you are just able to grab rebounds over any other center, and you'll be able to throw the ball out down the court super fast, way before anybody can even realize that the ball actually went past them. It's very good. Very, very, very useful. You know what's also really nice about this build is that you don't end up being slow, because we end up going with a 62 speed. You can go higher if you lower the 3-pointer and such. I recommend just keeping it where I am. You're going to be playing center most of the time anyways. If you get put at power forward, you're too big for them anyways. You're not at a disadvantage. Go 60 acceleration just to be a little bit quicker, and you'll have the big driver and such on gold. Your strength, you're going to want to put all the way up to an 86. The 86 will give you, gold back down punisher and a lot of things that'll help you in the post. It's very helpful to have the 86. The bulldozer will help you too on those driving layups, trust me. Look at all those Hall of Fame badges in the finishing. It's just absurd. It's just absolutely absurd. For the vertical, you're gonna actually still have a low vertical, which, trust me, I thought was kind of scary at first. It's not scary at all. It doesn't affect you negatively at all. You're doing just fine. It is gonna be perfectly fine without you having a high vertical. You're 6'11". You're tall enough to grab your own rebounds with a 92 rebound. I was grabbing rebounds with an 80 rebound, no problem. 92 is gonna be absurd. I would go 92 stamina. That'll do you good in that sense. Plus, as a big man, you don't need any higher than a 92, trust me. The shades are Nikola Vucevic, and you got Bill Laimbeer, and you got Domantas Sabonis. Decent comparisons. I had Jokic as mine, and then I upped the defense, and it ended up lowering, that. But it's called the Diming 3-level threat, which is a dope name. Super cool. It explains Jokic perfectly. I'm pretty sure that's actually what they call him in the game as well. So you're not missing out on anything. This build's fantastic, and it works like a charm. Make this build, and you will not regret it. You will be able to run the offense in rec, squads rec, no squads rec, park, pro-am. Your my career, if you're a my career head, like I am for the most part. I love my career myself. So I drop triple doubles on Hall of Fame every game in my career. Trust me, you'll be able to run the offense. Alright guys, see you later.